Hey, superhumans. This is something that is so cliche, but it comes up a lot. It's never going to happen if you don't try. So I talk to people that have been chasing their goals for years, and eventually they hire someone like me to work with them. And whenever I'm hired, I ask the first question of like, how close to your goal are you? What have you been doing towards it? Like, what is the goal? What do you want to achieve? How are we going to do this? Like, just let me know from the start. Be as open as you can. And I find a lot of the time that people have goals that they haven't actually made any step towards achieving. Like they might want to open their own business, they might want to run a marathon, they might want to sail around the world. It could be anything. Like these are all things that have come up over my career. And then I say to them, like, have you started rowing? Have you started exercising for this marathon? Have you started running? Have you started to look into spaces for your business, even which town you would want it in, anything? And they're like, no, I don't even know where to start. You're like, well, how long have you been in that position? How long have you had a goal where you either feel you don't know where to start, you're nervous about starting, you're just not sure about where to begin or what to do, so you just do nothing instead of reaching out to people? You spend months, even years, doing nothing. Like, one of the saddest things in the world is meeting people in like 70s, 80s, and you ask them about their life and you get chatting to them and they talk about the things they would have done if they could go back and change it, the things that they would have loved to achieved. And a lot of the time they're things that you're thinking, well, fuck, you could have, if you had just tried, you could have done that. Like, I would have loved to run a marathon when I was younger, and you're like, fuck me. You could do that after a couple of weeks of training. Like, it doesn't have to be a marathon, doesn't have to be the fastest marathon in the world, but you could do it. Like, there's so many things that people regret and hold on to in their life in the future that they could have easily achieved if they had just started, if they had just actually tried. And it's a shame to watch that and see that like spark just go out in people whenever they realize that they're at that age now that they can never do this. That's why I tell people they should try everything all the time. And if you have a goal, make sure it's a true goal. Look into it. Look into your future. Where do you want to be with it? And then do whatever you need to do to get there. Like, start now. Think about your goal. Like, if you're on this podcast now, think about your goal. What would you need to do? What would be the first thing? Maybe it's send me a message. Maybe it's reach out to somebody that you know that's already achieved it. Like, if you want to reach out, if you want to run a marathon, look for somebody in your friend list that has run a marathon and be like, how the fuck did you do that? Like, where do I even start? And they'll be happy to tell you. Anything you're interested in doing, there's somebody already who has done it. So you can reach out to them, and most of the time they're quite happy to let you know the steps in which they took to get there. Just think about it. Imagine if you were sitting on your wee comfortable chair and you're an 80-year-old and you're thinking, fuck, I really wish I had run that marathon, or I really wish I had started that business. Even if it failed or you didn't complete the marathon, at least trying would be much better than like not doing anything, than looking back at it and thinking, fuck, that's really annoying, I wish I had done that. And it's something that I really don't want out of my life, and it's why I try anything that comes into my head that I want to try to achieve, and I do something about it, because I know the only person that can do it for me is me. So think about that. I would love to hear from you if there's anything that this has inspired you to start stepping towards, to step out of your comfort zone and to move forward to achieve the life that you want to achieve. Let me know in the comments or send me a message or something. Send this to anyone that you think would help as well, that you know is just sitting on a project or sitting on an idea, or you've heard them talk about things for ages and you think, fuck, maybe my voice isn't getting through, but maybe Liam will be the kick in the ass that they need to get them through. And then let me know how that goes as well. So thanks again for tuning in. Have an amazing day, whatever you get up to, and I will speak to you again tomorrow.